Hey, welcome to the PWF Parliamentary Wrestling Federation, everyone. This is the roundup of the match cards from week 2 in the run-up to the Question Time live event. We kicked off with brand newly crowned women's champion Angela Rayner facing off against Jess Phillips as tensions increase in the infighting in the Labour Party. It was speculated that possibly Keir Starmer had something to do with all of this. Later on in the night we saw some great matches, but this one ended in a quite predictable victory for Angela Rayner, though Jess Phillips did put up a big fight. Rayner currently unrivaled, but that is sure to change as she defends her title in the weeks to come. Suella Braverman will certainly be wanting a crack at her at the upcoming pay-per-view event BBC Question Time, which you'll be able to catch on Sunday on the Twitch channel. Check the link in the description. Up next we had a royal family feud as Prince Philip and Prince Andrew buried the hatchet from the previous week's fight and teamed up against their own flesh and blood, Prince Harry and Prince William, in a tag team match that got quite ugly. Take a look at this.
It's good to see Prince Philip, really embrace his new role of Lord of Hades. I think it's a good look for him. I think it suits him. I think these were things, that we would have liked to have seen a little bit more of his personality in while he was alive.
In many ways, I suppose people would say that he had been training for the role of Dark Lord all of his life. And now it's only natural that he steps up to fulfill that role, as you say, as the Lord of Hades.
Look at him. Look at he's having the time of his life, or death.
The British public, as ever, seem to be unwavered in their loyalty, despite all of the man's crimes being laid bare before them. They just don't seem to be able to do anything other than cheer when they see Prince Philip. It's really, really strange phenomenon, but it is what it is.
And quite a divided crowd there as William Harry walk out. William, of course, still mostly loved by the British public. Harry, well.
And you can hear that mixed response there. Harry still looking very cheerful, despite his recent book tours and so forth. He looks to be full of energy as he comes out here with his brother William. Enjoying the show, enjoying the scenes.
I think a lot of people were surprised to see these two bury the hatchet. It did look a little bit like Noel and Liam there, didn't it, for a while?
Well, hopefully they can all make it through this match without too much disruption, without letting too many of those personal emotions get in the way. They have a job to do for you all tonight.
Of course, Prince Harry's major gripe seems to be that Prince William punched him, but if you had a younger brother who was ginger, we're only human at the end of the day, aren't we?
Come on now. You surely can't feel that way about our red-headed viewers out there.
We're all beautiful as God's children, of course, is the way I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, boys will be boys. Of course.
Prince Andrew tagging in his father, Philip in the ring and taking it to his grandson William now. The two of them, a chip off the old block, William there, taking after his granddad's dress sense. An early 2 count from Prince Philip. He looks slightly annoyed, but he's having the time of his life nonetheless. German suplex. All in the family, of course, of German descent. So the German suplex, a natural part of their arsenal.
Both very rangy fighters. I'd expect to see a lot of technical manoeuvres in this matchup.
They all come from the same school. All trained together down there in the dungeons of the Tower of London, of course, from a young age. Philip, always known to be standing over no dinner for either of the two young princes. Made to fight. So there's a lot of emotion in this tonight, as you can probably see in the venom of Harry's attack on his grandfather there.
I mean, Harry wrote a lot of very interesting things about his granddad in his book, and maybe he would have preferred if he'd just stayed dead.
And there were many ruined Christmases in each of those kicks to the head, and particularly that high flyer move over the top rope. Harry, big kick to the face of his grandfather. He seems to want to let him know that he's got some grievances tonight.
Much of the family, of course, blaming Prince Harry for the old prince's untimely death, believing that the shock of marrying an American was something his heart couldn't stand.
Andrew interfering from the outside as Philip takes it to Harry over in the corner. Things getting a little bit less professional, a little bit more personal, just as we thought they might. William in trouble now. Andrew cannot keep his hands to himself in this match, just as we've come to expect from him in life. Prince Philip set up for the ride, and William with a big knee. Philip taking some time out on the outside of the mat. William decides to use that opportunity to tag in Prince Harry. Philip back inside now against Prince Harry, who is looking fresh as a daisy. And a little bit of double teaming going on in the opposite corner now. None of these fighters are playing within the rules anymore.
And this, of course, brings up an interesting philosophical question. Is it possible to kill a man twice?
We're about to find out. Oh, Harry has messed that one up massively, so we'll never know. Can you kill Prince Philip?
I thought it was all over then, but look at the old man go. And here he brings in his big, fat, non-sweating son.
Oh, William, completely unprovoked, punching his grandfather in the face. He's not the legal man. He stuns him, and Andrew does take some exception to that. William's eyes not on the prize for a moment, but now he seems to be taking it to Prince Andrew, and he'll have both of his opponents on the floor any time now, and there it is. Drop kick from Prince William, and Andrew is down on the mat. Will Philip come to his aid? It doesn't look like he's interested. Andrew down on the mat. He's out for the count. William just taking it to his granddad. That is both of the elderly members of the family out now. Harry is now the legal man inside the ring. Both of their opponents are outside. It looks like Andrew's made it back into the ring just in time before he's counted out. He manages to make a fool of himself, attempting to go for Harry, and Harry knows it. A lot of showboating from the book tour Prince. He just wants his privacy to be respected, folks. So if we could stop responding to this obvious showboating, that really would be what he wants.
Famously a very private man. Doesn't like a lot of media intrusion into his life, and certainly not want to showboat. No. Very interesting wardrobe choices as well throughout his life.
Of course, once famously pictured as Hitler, he said it was all just a bit of a joke. And everyone should just chill out about the whole thing, actually. Demands that his private life and his right to dress as fascist dictators be respected by the public. And a double team from the young princes there. Prince Philip was looking in trouble, but that doesn't seem to have fazed him. There's them supernatural powers coming to the fore once again, as the double team has had no effect whatsoever.
Almost backfired.
Almost seemed to anger him more than anything else. A new lease of life, in more ways than one, for the undead Prince Philip. William thrown into the corner like a rag doll, and this does not look good for Prince William. What is Philip planning here?
Already not in the crown jewel.
Oh, would you believe that? Absolutely no respect. Harry incensed. Possibly the only thing that could have happened to keep the young princes in the match there.
We're getting a submission on. The energy in this undead Philip is incredible.
Dark energies coursing through his veins ever since his return to life from the land of the dead. Now what was Andrew up to on the outside there? He seemed to disappear and pop back up for a moment. We didn't see from our angle what he was up to. Did he find something under the ring? Is there going to be a foreign object brought into this match? His interference is not welcome. Harry has tossed him to the outside and he's stunned, so we may never find out. The young princes have their grandfather exactly where they want him now, and Prince Andrew is unable to help. They set him up for the double team. Could this be it? The double spear from the two young princes. The finisher, they don't seem to be happy with that. William goes up top. Could this be it? He's taunting the grandfather. He's given Andrew every chance to get back into it. That could be a missed opportunity for them there. And it was. So it was. They didn't take their chance when they had it.
It's too much showboating again, you know, and this is what we see from these two princes. Born with the silver spoon in the mouth.
They didn't think they were going to have to work for it. Well, they thought it was already for granted. And that nothing could go wrong to take it from them. A series of German suplexes coming up. Oh, no, and follows the German suplex up with the clothesline. Will William get there in time? He will not. Andrew manages to make the save yet again. Going to need to be quicker than that, Willie boy.
Crowd out there showing their anger and disappointment at the fact that the two brothers have failed to finish Prince Philip on a number of occasions.
If they end up losing this one, they will have only themselves to blame, as the unnatural strength of this zombie-like prince has come back once again, and he manages to escape and make the tag.
They do say, you know, that what powers him and what motivates him are, you know, forces that we shouldn't mess with. But I just feel that since Brexit, it's probably about the right time that we opened a temporal rift into the darkest depths of hell in this country. And I'm glad that Prince Philip's the man to lead that.
Well, arguments have been made for the trading opportunities that might be brought about by improving our relationship with hell and the world of the dead. A controversial view, but certainly one held by many members of the Conservative Party, and one that I know you've been in favour of in recent times.
Well, you know, the living aren't going to vote for us forever, are they? So bring back voting for the dead is what I say.
It is true what they say. The Conservative vote does tend to be more popular with the older generation. Death does seem to surely then be a concern for them in future elections. It would obviously be in their interest to open up trading and improve relations with hell, of course. And Prince Philip seems to be leading the way in that. A close call there for him, though, managing to make the save as Andrew nearly went down for the count. The young princes do seem like they're going to come out on top of this eventually, but this family feud is getting uglier and uglier as the weeks progress. There appears to be a fight going on the outside that we can't see. An opportunity for William maybe to take the win while his teammate is occupying things over there in the corner. Is this a submission hold? Andrew, we don't know what he's into. He's blooded about the face. No.
A move I'm surprised they're still retaining the game after its unsavoury history.
And finally, there it is. Family against family. The young princes take it. Shocking scenes there as the royal family feud escalates in a match where it could be argued that there were no real winners. That one is going to continue to increase in intensity as the weeks go on. The young princes taking the ultimate victory, but at what cost? At what cost? Who knows? But there were even more shocking scenes as the Jeremy Corbyn and Boris Johnson rivalry intensified, with Corbyn attempting a fake handshake, which was then met with a slap in the face by Boris Johnson as this match got underway. Jeremy Corbyn in the face. Not ready to bury the hatchet between them just yet. This rivalry is getting more intense. Corbyn starts with a stylish move.
And that's really just going to fire him up, isn't it? Get him into this match.
That disrespect is the kind of thing that's going to make the old boy's blood boil. And we're seeing that in the violence and ferocity of his opening assault. Johnson seems to be feeling that one.
Johnson, of course, now famously banned from Parliament in a step up from his opponent Corbyn, who is still allowed to sit in Parliament. He's just not allowed to sit with his friends anymore.
Both of them having fallen far from where they previously were only a few years ago, but the intensity of their rivalry between each other has never died down in the slightest. Despite that, perhaps it is this venom between them that has overtaken their political careers at this point. So there's only one way to settle things, as you know, wrestling fans, that's in the ring. Corbyn having the absolute time of his life, and over the top rope and lands on Boris Johnson squarely in the face. Bojo is going to be feeling that one for some time.
Corbyn really having the momentum again in this match, and no irony in saying that.
Boris Johnson managing to counter that attempt at a blow, and this could be a big one, and that's going to be felt by Jeremy Corbyn. He's only a frail man. Johnson, the bigger of the two, he's got the ability to manhandle Corbyn if Corbyn doesn't watch himself. Using his weight advantage once again. Corbyn counters. Who comes out the better of the two? Corbyn sends him up for the right hand. It's an elbow to the face. He's got jam to be making. He's got manhole cover conventions to be attending. And he wants to do that with his head held high.
On his allotment right now.
The powerbomb.
Strength down from the man to powerbomb the former Prime Minister. And Boris looks like he's in a little bit of a wee in his pants there as he's pinned.
Actually wet himself from the impact. It's another win for Jeremy Corbyn, and he is well ahead in this rivalry right now.
I mean, we have to hand it to the man. Whatever he was learning down in Venezuela for all them years, it's certainly showing up now.
He's taken yet another surprise win there. Up next, Keir Starmer asks questions of the champion as he attempts to stake his claim to a title shot in the coming weeks as he faces up against Rishi Sunak. Only time can tell as this plays out, but there he is, bedecked in gold and full of himself as ever. The Tory Party's wonder boy, it's Rishi Sunak, the United Kingdom champion.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Nasty Boys from Chelsea, England, weighing in at 215 pounds, the WWE United Kingdom champion, Wonder Boy.
At 215 pounds, he does pack a lot of weight into a man with only 4'10" stature. So, you know, there's more power in the boy than what he initially gives off, if you like.
You wouldn't think to look at him. He looks like quite the slip of a man. But he's had his hair done. He's looking smart. And that's sure to go over well with the older voters in the crowd.
Heavy bones, as my nan used to say. Heavy boned.
He's looking ready to face off against a man who's been growing in confidence in recent weeks. We've seen some impressive performances from him. Certainly no pushover is the big ham. Sir Keith.
The Red Army from England, weighing in at 200.
And I think if there's one thing that's going to let Keith down tonight, it's going to be his reluctance to take the fight to Rishi Sunak. He seems to be quite content to just rest on his laurels when he's got the upper hand. And I'll be interested to see if he can really take an actual fight to Rishi tonight.
Well, he's looking to make an impact here in the PWF, and he'll certainly be needing to bring everything he's got tonight if he's going to get himself into a position for that title match that he's surely spoiling for. If he gets the win tonight, how could we possibly deny him that match? He'll soon be trying to put himself in that position, so he's got a lot to show tonight, even though the title's not on the line. He needs to be impressing if he's going to be in line for the title.
And of course, not forgetting that tonight he's going to have to set aside the doubters in his own party.
That dissent already seems to be setting in. You yourself feel that he might have something to do with it. Who knows? Who knows? Outside influences are always a possibility in the world of UK politics. Starmer taking the fight to Rishi Sunak. Early doors, a heavy suplex. Here we have Sunak, more of a high-flying kind of character. He thinks nothing of going up top and taking a risk with a potentially big reward. But, of course, if he messes those up, he falls flat on his face. Starmer, more of a technical man. Forensic in nature, as his supporters always say. More inclined to go for the holds. More inclined to try and beat his partner by wearing him down and getting him into a submission position. But here we see exactly what the kind of thing that Rishi Sunak's fighting style is known for. But is it all flash, no substance?
Some impressive stuff there in the opening stages of the match from the Prime Minister.
Starmer.
I think if Keith's going to take this match to anywhere, he's going to have to use that technical forensic nature against Rishi. And as soon as he sees him going up onto the top rope, he needs to get in there and stop him.
Starmer that really needs to win, and it's his match to lose. Oh, that is a sneaky manoeuvre from Keir Starmer, though. Does he manage to power his way? He has beaten Rishi Sunak tonight. And that sends a clear message through the ranks of the Conservative Party. Will it damage their faith in their leader?
They heard that loud and clear across the dispatch box, didn't they? And what's this? What's this?
What is this? Sunak has not taken that defeat from Starmer well at all. A low blow. Starmer unable to celebrate his victory at all. So, complete disgrace in defeat for the champion Rishi Sunak as Keir Starmer stakes his claim to a title shot in the coming weeks. Up next, King Charles faced off against Joe Biden as Biden attempts to get his revenge from the previous week's defeat. Here we are with that grudge match. Last week's victory doing absolutely nothing to dampen King Charles's swagger. He's really becoming ever more confident, having been raised from prince to king.
It's one of the few times in life, when you truly see a man fully enriched by the death of his own mother and the adulation that brings to him. And I think it's an awesome spectacle to see, and one that we should all take a moment just to have a little think about.
Jim Brodie mentioning our advertising boards there. We are, of course, sponsored by Rwandair on tonight's PWF show, and making his way to the ring, still carrying that bone from last week, showing that he is not embarrassed by any of his former actions. Joe Biden, President of the United States, makes his way to the ring. You mentioned that we are surprised the DWP is not also advertised alongside Rwandair. We are currently in negotiations with the DWP for a favourable advertising deal. They're trying to get it on the cheap, and we're saying that the fees are what they are. Maybe next week we will see more advertising around the ground. things will be going from strength to strength here, and we do welcome your suggestions for improvements on future shows.
They do drive a very, very, very hard bargain, the DWP. I've had that experience myself.
Some might even go so far as to say they're a little bit tight.
Little bit. I say that even, as a strongly right-leaning man, they're a little bit tight. Good to see Big Bone Beeden with his weapon of choice again this week. Interesting to see if he can put that to any use.
It would result in a disqualification, but he has something to prove this week, so who knows what lengths he's willing to go to. King Charles with a big suplex and an early pin. Biden not falling for it, but a clear statement of intent from the King of England there.
Biden, as usual, taking a lot of blows to the head earlier on.
And it's up top from King Charles, a hammer blow to the head of the American president. A sensible strategy from the King, perhaps, with old Sleepy Joe, as is now known over there in the States, possibly not being able to withstand too many blows to the head at this late stage in life.
He's a very intelligent fighter, is Charles. He spent a lot of times on farms as a young boy. Don't know what happened on them farms. Farm boys will get up to things. Yeah, but he certainly came out stronger going from it.
As we mentioned last week, he is on a very specialised all-egg diet at the moment, King Charles.
Dushy Originals eggs, and you can in fact buy them in the foyer on the way out tonight, if you so please.
Yep, painted King Charles eggs, just £10 each. You can in fact find eggs with all the faces of the royal family available in our gift shop on your way out. Remember, all purchases go towards future PWF events.
Jet fuel.
The eggs do remain edible, but you might want to keep hold of them as a little keepsake. That's really up to you, folks. That's up to you. But if you want to be just like the King, you got to eat an all-egg diet, and who knows? Maybe it helps him. Maybe he's feeling a little bit backed up. Joe Biden is certainly taking the fight to King Charles. Perhaps his revenge is on the cards this week as the two roll in the hay there. A very disrespectful shove to the ground from Biden, and he is working the elbow area of King Charles. He manages to escape, but Biden doesn't let him get the advantage. He really is taking it to the King right now. Up for the suplex, and over he goes. King Charles lays on the mat, stunned. And it's the moonsault from Biden. He might want to go in for the pin. Straight in there. King Charles has managed to regain consciousness, but Joe Biden is on fire right here. The King tries to get a kick in, but Biden is having absolutely none of it. He is on serious form. He goes in for the pin. It's a 1. It's a 2. And a kick out or 2 from the King of England. He's not going to let himself go down that easily on home soil, but it was a close call for him there. Revenge incoming for the USA, you might say, as Joe Biden goes up to the top rope, and he drops like a dead weight. The rope break, the only thing saving the King right there, as Joe Biden stalks his enemy and takes a moment to taunt him. Oh, reversal that time. That classic American arrogance has come back to haunt him. And he's let the King right back in this. The two exchanging blows as things really start to hold. This rivalry is getting fiercer and fiercer as the weeks go on. Joe to the outside, face bloodied, looking quite angry. He can't believe quite what's happened here. He thought he had this one in the bag. And the King is not letting him go anywhere. Throws him back into the ring. No escape for Biden. He says, you wanted a rematch, you're going to have it. And a roly-poly, reminiscent of the English summertime. Images of small boys and jumpers for goalposts and so on, wouldn't you say?
Isn't it?
Wasn't it? What is this?
Some incredibly technical wrestling from the King there.
Showing his prowess, as I said. The Dungeons of the Tower of London host 2 wrestling sessions for the royal family. Harry and William forced to fight from a young age. The same was, of course, true for Charles when he was younger. We forget, of course, the young Prince Charles, the big-eared boy that he was.
And it's incredible what the threat of being buried in the walls will do for a child's motivation. You talk about gym techniques, but there's nothing really like showing the bones of your 400-year-old ancestors and saying, this could be you. Really motivates a child.
Victory for King Charles there, and next thing it was on to the main event, a 10-man Royal Rumble match. We'll leave the victor, and they will be putting themselves in the direct line of competition for a title fight in the future.
Who's your money on tonight, who's your money on tonight, Dalek?
Out of the 10 that we're going to see tonight, I wouldn't be surprised to see one of the Royals take a win. They've shown cunning, they've shown strength, they've shown technical ability. As repulsive as many people may find them, you can't deny that they have shown strength in the cards that we've had leading up to this main event so far. Having said that, Keir Starmer has looked strong throughout and drawing the number 1 slot, and as you know, it is very difficult to win a Royal Rumble from the first 2 positions. It is Joe Biden. He's only just lost to the King, and here he is, first out tonight.
Joe the Bone Biden in all his glory. Yeah, I have to agree with what you said about the royal family tonight. They've been excellent. I'll be interested to see what Prince Philip can bring to the table tonight. He's got incredible momentum, but he's wrestled 2 matches in the last 2 weeks, and the man died 3 years ago. How much more can he take?
How much more can he take? But as you know, he is powered by supernatural means at this stage. We have no idea what we can expect from him, but we've got no idea what to expect from anyone else either. Look at this man, Jacob Rees-Mogg. As we spoke about earlier, he's been killing foxes and weasels from a very young age, bathed in the blood of England's countryside rodents. He knows no shame, he knows no fear, he's prepared to do anything, whatever it takes, to get a win, but it's got to be said, he's coming in at a difficult position, number 2. Do we think he can go the distance?
I think it's going to be very interesting to see Biden up against a bona fide redcoat. Biden, famously the last American president to be born while the English were still fighting the redcoats. I think that Jacob can take the fight to him, certainly. I think he's going to try and make up for 300 years of animosity.
He seems somewhat reluctant to enter the ring at the moment, pacing around outside. Maybe he's just psyching himself up as the demeanour of a caged animal right now. He'll be wanting to make his mark tonight. Even if he can't go the whole way, he'll be wanting to show that he can compete and be in line for that title. Some might say it's a joke to imagine that one day Jacob Rees-Mogg could be the leader of the Conservative Party, but he has a kind of unexpected popularity among some quarters of society, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, and you can never count the man out. I mean, really should have been something, that was nipped in the bud a long time ago. But yeah, here we are.
Fighters will enter progressively as we go from now. Of course, you have to go over the top rope with both feet hitting the mat below in order to be eliminated from the Royal Rumble match. Pinfalls do not count, submissions aren't a thing. And we already have our 3rd man coming in. It's Ed Miliband, the first entrant for the Labour Party.
Chaos.
Here he is, former leader of the Labour Party. Beaten by a bacon sandwich. We're not sure what it's going to take to beat him tonight. Big hit there on Biden. Early doors for Ed Miliband. No No teams, no alliances in the Royal Rumble. All alliances temporary. We may see some team-ups along the way. Miliband is looking strong early on with a big combination of hits on Rees-Mogg. Prince Harry is entrant number 4. Jacob Rees-Mogg is not looking good at this point. He's been taking a beating, but Miliband has been creamed by Harry, blindsided completely there. Harry's flailing around, throwing punches, not all of them landing, and he's paid the price for that.
Well, Mogg paid a high price there for his early entry into the match.
It's Rishi Sunak, entrant number 5. Rishi Sunak has hit Prince Harry with a big DDT. Jacob Rees-Mogg, bleeding from the face, manages to fight his way back against Ed Miliband, and in amongst it all, Joe Biden flailing around wildly. Absolute mayhem in there right now, and there is a 6th entrant already about to be on his way. Prince Harry is showboating against Biden. Could Mogg be about to eliminate Miliband here? Mrs. Windsor's baby boy has made his way into the ring, and he goes straight for a double team with Jacob Rees-Mogg against his own flesh and blood Prince Harry. That family feud is not showing any signs of slowing up, and it's showing its face here in the Royal Rumble tonight. Nigel Farage, to rhyme with garage, is entrant number 7. Not a single man eliminated yet. This is quite surprising. Jacob Rees-Mogg looks like he might be on his last legs at this stage, though.
Nigel Farage very much the wild card tonight, not really being relevant to anything or anyone for several years now.
And yet, for some reason, refusing to leave the public view. Still here. He's come in full of bluster, but managed to take a pace in early doors, as is, of course, traditional.
And I do expect to see a strong showing from him tonight. Really, what else has he got to lose?
An agent of chaos. We really don't know what to expect from the man in the flat cap. Oh, Jacob Rees-Mogg bashing the heads of Nigel Farage and Prince Harry together there. Joe Biden still clinging on in this match, blood pouring from the top of his head. Jacob Rees-Mogg bleeding from the nose, but he attempts to eliminate Farage early on. Will anyone come to help him in that? Prince Harry seems to be limping away. He wasn't in any position to help. But Jacob Rees-Mogg and Nigel Farage teaming up, and it's a Hurricane Rana from Joe Biden on the champion Rishi Sunak there, and Prince Andrew appears to be flat out on the mat. Unable to get back into it. Miliband still managing to cling on. He hits Jacob Rees-Mogg with a Superman punch. Rishi Sunak sets Prince Andrew up for the ride, but the congestion in the ring stops him from going anywhere, and Andrew's able to counter. It's a double team. No, it's countered by Sunak, who bashes some sense into the pair of them and goes for the arm lock on Prince Andrew. Prince Harry with his favourite combo there. He's really enjoying going to town on the American president and starts showboating in the ring, but if he's not careful, he will need to be paying attention, because he could have got himself hit from behind there. Absolute mayhem as we have a full ring right now. 7 men going at it. Someone needs to go out soon. Ed Miliband is dead out on his feet right now. Something's got to give sooner or later, Ormaid.
I cannot believe that these men are all still in there.
And there goes Farage!
The last man in, the first man out.
He can't believe it. He thought he had a good shot at this with his late ticket number.
They're going out thick and fast now.
There he goes. No, both feet have to hit the floor, so Miliband remains in the match, so that was a close call for him. High-flying antics from Joe Biden, who was amazingly still in this. Let's not forget, he was the first in, and he's on his 2nd match of the night.
Miliband, of course, does thrive on chaos. He's special.
Would you believe it? Rishi Sunak doesn't seem to know where he is right now, pacing around, and he gets caught in a tussle with Biden, who knocks him to the floor with a big hit. Biden with the moonsault. And is that? No, both feet did not hit the floor. Prince Harry manages to cling on. Miliband was trying his damnedest to get Prince Harry out of the match there, and he can't believe that he's not come away with something from that. Is that it? For there goes Harry. The champ has taken it to him. Sunak
Prince Harry
takes a well-earned breather.
Try and stay in there, but unfortunately he just went out at the end.
Oh, great power on display from Prince Andrew as Ed Miliband is being paraded around like a sacrificial lamb. He could have taken his chance to eliminate him there and then, but the arrogance of Prince Andrew leaving Miliband in the ring, that could come back to bite him. Can Miliband counter now? No, he cannot. He's been knocked straight to the floor with a big elbow from Prince Andrew. Joe Biden having the time of his life. He's gone to another plane, but he's been
summoning something there.
Theatrics and acrobatics from the champ Rishi Sunak.
Things all over this ring. In all my years, I have not seen anything quite this glorious in all the wrestling.
That's Biden out. That's Biden out. Sunak is looking strong, showing why he is the PWF champion right now. Fresh from defeat against Keir Starmer early, he's brought that rage into this match. 3 men currently in the ring, but we have not had all 10 yet, I believe.
I think there's 3 missing. The ring could win. That's a subplot to follow next week. Where did the 3 men go?
Where did the other 3 go? Are they still on their way? They should be.
Rishi Sunak in trouble.
Is Sunak in trouble? Is he? Sunak has been eliminated by Prince Andrew, and Ed Miliband is still hanging on. It does look like 3 contenders from the Royal Rumble have in fact gone missing. No idea what's happened there.
This now just comes down to a war of attrition. Which man can stay standing at the end?
Andrew's going for the elimination. Could it be Mrs. Windsor's baby boy? No, Miliband gets a late counter in there, and he's able to follow that up with an Irish whip into the corner, but Andrew has managed to stun him with a cheeky blow to the face there. Is this it for Miliband? It could well be. He's clinging on. He's managed to recover somewhat, but no, that's it.
And there he
Hang
is.
on. Do we now have... We don't have a winner declared as yet.
He has levitated.
He has levitated from the floor. Would you believe it?
We have now got the first contender for the PWF belt, who is an actual paedophile. How's that going to work for the rankings next week?
Well, we looked into the controversial nature of the end of that Royal Rumble match, and it was discovered that the rest of the royal family had conspired to aid Prince Andrew in attempting to get the defeat. So Prince Andrew was disqualified, and Joe Biden right there was awarded the win based on time spent in the match. He will get to choose the nature of his rematch with King Charles, and we're being told that he has chosen a submission match. So don't forget to tune in next time to catch up on all of the PWF action. Thank you very much to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. We appreciate all of you. Special thanks to Drexus101 who has subscribed to the Twitch channel. You can do the same. All of it helps us out. Thanks guys. Hope to see you all next time.